good. Thank you so much for taking the time. If anyone has any questions, we will get started. Please raise your hand and I'll call on you. All right, we will go with Mike, followed by Nick, and then Joe.
Hey, JC, congrats on the contract. We've seen you get rewarded. We've seen Adam Thielen get some extra cash. We've seen Mike Jackson get his deal. Do you get the sense that this front office is trying to send the message that if you perform, you'll get rewarded for it?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's some of the things they talked about. Well, I talked about with Coach Canales before the season, and they was telling me that message, like, if you go perform, we're gonna take care of you. So everybody trying to go out there and do their best so they can get rewarded.
And we saw you meet up with Rico. What type of teammate is he, and what was your reaction when you found out he was signing?
Yeah, I was super excited. I was with one of our former teammates, Israel Mukwamu. We were training, and we found out, and he was like, "Man, Rico going to Carolina." And I'm like, "Man, ain't no way." So I checked it, and then I talked to Rico later that day, and he's just a dog, man. Like the way he plays football is how he is in the locker room, like a dog gonna lead the guys. And I'm just bring attitude to the team and to the offense, which is always good. So I'm excited to see him and Chuba for sure.
Thanks.
JC, good afternoon. Hopefully you can hear me. Congratulations. And being the highest paid defensive back in league history, how did you find that out? Was that something your agent told you after the fact? And what was your reaction to it? What does it mean to you?
Oh yeah, it was going back and forth for a couple of weeks, so I was kind of in the loop about knowing where everything was, and you're still super excited whenever everything get done, and you just appreciative of the organization of taking care of you and believing in you as a player and as a person too, because they see how you work day in and day out in the building. So I'm super grateful and excited to be here for the future. And now it's just about getting back to work, sharpening my tools, trying to be even better next year and the year after that, and just keep growing my game.
JC, congrats. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. Last offseason, I think you told us you went out to California and kind of changed up your routine, and maybe a little similar to what you did in college, I think you had said. How beneficial was that to you, and kind of where you got through the season, and you think you'll do it again?
Yeah, it was super beneficial working at Proactive. Just how they take care of your body, how they personalize, all your workouts to you, and just stay on top of it. And I'll definitely be back out there, every off season because the formula works. So I definitely want to get with them every off season and get my body right. And so yeah, that'll definitely be happening next year.
And sorry, I think let me remove this pen. I wanted to ask you, can you hear me?
Yep.
Sorry about that. Can you talk about the T-shirt you're wearing and the message, if that means anything particular?
Yeah, it says, my mom likes it, so your opinion don't matter. It's from one of my close friends' brand back in Georgia. They have a brand called Dose Don't Overthink Style. I've been wearing their clothes since they dropped, so they gave me this unreleased shirt to wear, so I definitely threw it on, and I like the message, so it's cool.
Thanks.
All right, we will go with Alex, followed by Chris, and then to David Newton, and then back to Mike Kay and Jeff Hawkins.
Hey, JC, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
So the 2021 draft class, 4 of the top 5 picks from that draft class is still with the Panthers. You obviously being the first round pick of that group. And all of those guys have kind of gone through their own set of adversity through the 4 years with the Panthers in their own ways, in their own journeys. As you reflect on that in particular, what does that say about this 2021 group?
Yeah, that we just, a resilient group. And we workers, like the guys you see here, we always workers. Chuba, everybody know how much time he put in. how much work he put in. You know, Tommy, they always together when they are working. So that type of stuff just, I don't know what happens when you put in the work. And Brady also just being consistent. You know, he went through a lot of injuries as well. But, you know, when the time came, he was ready. So all of us just, you know, stayed consistent, kept our head down, and, you know, it paid off for sure.
Thanks, man.
Hey, JC, it's Chris Jenkins. Congratulations, sir.
I appreciate that, man.
Hey, you kind of touched on it, but I wanted to ask again, what was this process like for you with this new contract? And kind of what's your attitude of, you know, I'm the best, so it's time to let's get compensated like it as well?
I mean, my attitude is go ball, like, and I know I got the best agent in the business, so I was gonna let him handle that side of it. Like, my thing was just go put it on tape, you know, be available, which I hadn't been in the past, so I was just focused on doing that. And I knew David in the front office handled the rest, and, you know, so I'm grateful they was able to get it worked out.
And your teammate Mike Jackson talked about how excited he was about it for you, but he said he's going to push you to show that you're worth more than that. What are your thoughts when you hear about that, and thoughts on playing again with Mike?
Yeah, I mean, I feel him. Like, me and Mike put in a lot of work. He helped my game tremendously, just seeing how he attacked meetings, how he prepped, watching film, and when he out there, he kind of knows everything that's going to happen before it happened. And he coaching on the sidelines, stuff like that. So we play good with each other. We raise each other game, give each other confidence. So I was super excited to see him sign back, and we were ready to just go ball again like we did last year.
So you appreciate that accountability?
Oh yeah, for sure. You definitely stay on.
Appreciate you.
Hey, JC, David here. Congratulations, well deserved for you. I wanted to ask you, can you put in perspective what it means growing up in an NFL family that your guaranteed money alone is, I believe, almost doubled what your dad made his entire NFL career?
What about it?
I just put it in perspective what that means. That you know, has he said anything to you? Just kind of what's that mean that you're? What's that signal to you, or what's it mean?
Nothing, man. I was just playing ball, and they got the contract worked out like that. I ain't really put too much thought in it about his career earnings versus my career earnings.
Right, and I understand that, and that's super, and you've been rewarded for it. But it's like how times have changed from when he played to what players are being rewarded with now. Can you kind of throw that out, what it means out there? Because you grew up watching players probably getting underpaid back then.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how the game go. Like, the money go up, you know, every year. So you know that coming into it. Like, the quarterbacks now making more than the quarterbacks back then. The running backs making, like, that's just how it goes. So, yeah.
Okay, and also any special thing you want to do with your newfound wealth?
Yeah, I'm trying to tap in with Derek, man, on his real estate stuff. You know, he heavy into that stuff. He talk about it a lot in the locker room. So I'm trying to be around him more so I can learn a little bit more and do some stuff with it.
All right, appreciate it. Congratulations again.
Appreciate it.
Hey, JC, I know you didn't want to touch on like the money differential, but just like David said, I mean, you grew up with a father who played in the league. I remember when you made the Pro Bowl, you said that he got a little emotional getting that news. What was his reaction when he found out that his son was getting this contract, this life-changing contract?
Yeah, man, same thing. Just excited. You know, it's definitely a blessing. He knows that, you know, he was in these positions, so, you know, he's just happy to see me do it. You know, we celebrated it. It was exciting, and, you know, we just looking forward to getting back on the field playing ball.
Jeff, if you have a question, you can go ahead.
Yes, this is Jeff Hawkins. How you doing? Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
When Mike Jackson spoke a few days ago, he said he wanted to push you to make sure that you earn your money, to make sure that it's a bargain contract. Can you speak to having Jackson back as a running mate for the next 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he do a lot for the whole room, just with how he go about his business, how he take care of his body, the way he preps for games. Like it's infectious through the whole room, and everybody can learn from him and lean on him. I was telling some of the people earlier that he act like he been in the league 10, 11 years, but he only a couple years older than me. But that's just Mike. He prepare well. He always ready. Answer every question right in the meeting room, and you try to learn from guys like that to make your game better.
Do you think you two can be one of the best duos in the league over the next couple of years?
Yeah, I think we was one of the best duos last year. So, we ain't win a lot of football games, so we ain't get a lot of the hype. But I feel like we just come out there next year and improve on what we did last year, that we could definitely be one of the best duos in the league.
Hey, good luck. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We have time for a couple more. We can go to Joe next.
JC, you touched on this toward the end of the season, just about your belief that this organization's going in the right direction. And that you wanted to be a part of it. What did it signal to you after you signed this week, just seeing one after another of these defensive guys and signings that Dan made?
Yeah, it meant a lot. It just mean it's time. It's time to win. Like I've been here 4 years now, ain't done a lot of winning, and I feel like we getting all the pieces in place to do that. So now it's just about now we got the players about going to OTAs, going to training camp, banding together as a group and figuring out everybody's tendencies to where by the time we get to September and we playing elite football and we able to win football games, I feel like we're not far away.
Was that commitment communicated to you during the negotiations? Like, hey, we're doing more on defense this offseason.
Yeah, that's been me and Dan kind of talk and chop it up, and he been telling me that, and we're just excited to get guys in here and play better defense and win football games.
Thanks.
Vashti, you had your hand up. Do you have a question?
Joe took my question. Thanks, Michaela, but congratulations, JC.
Thank you.
All right, we will go to Chris, followed by David.
Hey, JC, I just want to also, have you had a chance to just have that moment of reflection on what this means to you personally as a whole, and piggybacking off of that, response around the league has seemed rampant. It seemed like everybody, current and former teammates, were on social media talking about it. So I also want you to speak on that part as well. Yeah,
it ain't really too much hit me yet. Like I thought it would have. It's kind of just, it's an exciting time for sure, but it's kind of, my mindset is just getting back to work and kind of proving, I am worth that and even more. So that's kind of where my head is. And, all the guys that show love on social media, I definitely appreciate them. Guys like Jalen, like you said, been one of the best corners in the league since, for a long time. So, it definitely means a lot to hear congrats from a lot of the former players and current players and stuff like that.
Thank you, sir.
And JC, I was reading how you and I guess Shaq kind of forced you into starting to become a leader your rookie year. How it's gone from that and maybe being a little nervous back then to where you are now, where they've identified you as the leader.
Oh yeah, it's crazy to think about like where I came from rookie year to now, how fast it went by. But yeah, man, Shaq has been that guy since I came in. The leader of the defense. He was been here the longest. Played with Luke and all those legends. So the guys just naturally leaned on him, and he put a lot of guys in position. Like Mike tell you after practice, you addressing the defense, you talk to the team, like just to get guys uncomfortable a little bit and get you used to it. But yeah, man, Shaq meant a lot to me for sure. Just seeing how he go about his business, how he lead the group. And I'm not as vocal as him, but I try to do my part a little bit by leading by example and also being a little more vocal than I was in the past.
Was that difficult to grow into it all, to make yourself be more vocal than you normally used to?
Yeah, it was a challenge. Just because that's not who I am really. Like I'm not a big rah-rah guard yelling before the games, trying to get guys turned up. But sometimes it takes that. Sometimes it takes guys to see to get them ready and have them ready to play. So I'm whatever that lead to winning. So yeah.
And Mike Jackson when we were talking to him the other day, he said that how when I asked him about all the new pieces on this defense, and there are a lot, he said, well, we were only, won 5 games last year, so we needed some change. So did you foresee this much change coming, and what's that mean to you?
Yeah, because, we had a lot of guys in and out of the lineup last year, so I feel like that attributed to some of the struggle. But now, like, with reinforcements coming in and getting Derrick Brown back and DJ Wanham, him playing a full season with Clowney, I feel like it's going to be a totally different defense this year. So I'm just excited to get back to work with all those guys.
Thanks.
All right, and we will finish with Mike K.
Hey, JC, just to clarify, the strap chain, is that an allusion to the coverage? What does it mean to you?
Yeah, that's just a name like kind of similar to seatbelt. We say both of them, seatbelt, strap, and yeah, that's just what it is.
Thanks.
All right, JC, thank you so much.
All right.
Congratulations again.
All right, thank you. Appreciate y'all.